Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. Today, we're going to work on some team trials runners. I went to go check my team trials before I started recording, and we did get demoted to class 5, which was what we expected. But we have carrots and friend points to claim from that. And then I was looking at the roster. Well, first of all, let's go talk about CMs. Because if you didn't see the community post that I made earlier, this air groove is way better than I thought she was. So this is the new one that we made. She managed to win 2 races in one of our sets and came in 3rd. So we are now through to B finals because we've managed to win 1 race in Group A Round 2. It's possible that that air groove could maybe win 3 if we get lucky, and we'll do our sets later today. But she looks good enough. So I'm going to leave it. I don't want to do too many CM runs. I'd like to keep progressing other parts of the account. But I did figure, since we really have sprint decks dialed in right now, let's take the opportunity to rebuild a Bakushin and rebuild a King Halo that are explicitly for team trial sprints rather than for CM sprints. And what that means is instead of aiming for like 300 stamina, because most of the current CM track is downhill and you save a ton of stamina on it, we need to get something closer to like 450, because that's going to let us finish the 1400 meter sprints that have uphills or the ones that are just completely flat. So we're going to work on dialing that deck in today. We're going to start with Bakushin because I'm fairly familiar with how Bakushin works at this point. Then we'll progress to King Halo. And then if we can manage to nab a couple A pluses out of that, we might go ahead and redo Air Groove as well, because I think there's room for improvement here too. So as far as what that deck is going to look like, we are going to break with conventional wisdom in this run. Most people will tell you that you don't need a stamina card for sprints, and that's true, but we're going to run a single stamina card because it makes our life convenient. We're going to run Rico in a sprint deck. And we're going to do it mostly because it's going to let us smooth out our energy over the course of a run. It's going to make it easier for us to manage our mood, but it's also going to give us Rushing Gale. And Rushing Gale is a good gold skill to have for team trials. So even though it's technically a stamina card, I think if we avoid stamina sparks completely, and we try to take as few of them as possible, it's actually something that's going to work out for us fairly well. We'll find out if that's a correct assumption by the end of this run, though. As far as sparks go, I think this King Halo is great. We have Power Turf, Speed Turf, Power Turf. Getting Turf S is good on sprint tracks. You spend a greater proportion of your time accelerating in late race, so Turf S is going to be more valuable than Sprint S. So we can go ahead and lock this in. And then for our Guest Legacy, I don't know. I don't really remember what we have in here. We definitely want to prioritize Power Sparks. We definitely want to prioritize Turf and Sprint. We don't need to prioritize Victoria Por Plancha specifically as heavily. Remember that that is track dependent. It's only going to be very good when late race starts on a straight, and while that's true for the CM track, it's not true for every single track in the game. What I really would like to find, though, is the L that has Ignited Spirit Power, if that is still in here. Oh, never mind. It was a Super Creek. This is the parent that I wanted to find. Ignited Spirit Power is good unconditionally. Umamusume is good unconditionally. Power Turf is good. Power Turf is good. Power Turf is good. So this is just going to be a mountain of Turf Sparks and absolutely no Sprint Sparks, but that's okay because we'd rather hit Turf S than to Sprint S. We're also mostly inheriting on power, which is nice. Rico is going to fix our stamina, and then we don't have to worry about speed and wit as much because we're going to get that from training. As far as the deck goes, this is our current Sprint Team Trials deck, and we're going to make a few adjustments here. We have been running Teo. Now that we need to build for more stam, we can avoid doing that. So we're just going to take Kita-san. We're going to switch Teo out for Rico, because that's going to be our source of Rushing Gale. And then I would really like to swap one of these wit cards out for a speed card, but Kita-san does have 20% growth in speed. Which means that if we get a fairly high roll, we could cap speed off of 2 cards. It's not easy, and it's not going to be consistent, but I would be fairly comfortable running this deck, and I also like that it's kind of symmetric right now. So Fine Motion is probably the weakest link here, and if we were going to drop anything, it would probably be her. We don't care about Speed Star specifically, but we can just swap her out for another Wit card, because that's mostly what we're interested in. And as far as our options go, I'm pretty sure Matikane is still going to be our best option here. Daiwa Scarlet is technically better as a Wit stat stick, but she's only at 1 uncap right now, and Matikane is at full uncaps. We do get Clairvoyance if we decide to name our team after her, but that's a medium skill, so it's not something that we're going to take. Marvelous Sunday is just good. I also really like the energy and mood that Arden comes with, so even though we're not really getting any specific skills out of her, I think it's still a fine Wit card to improve, and it is max limit break, which is just nice. So I think this is the deck that we're basically going to run for every single sprinter. If we're building a Pace Chaser, we'll probably drop Matikane for Fine Motion for a chance to get Speed Star, but for Bakushin as a front runner and for King Halo as a late surger, I think this is just going to be the deck until we end up pulling on more support cards. So let's go do, comparatively, a chill sprint run relative to the other CM sprint runs that we've been doing. We don't have to prioritize things so heavily. We can just focus on building a good, well-balanced, rounded runner. 2 friendship speed, 2 friendship stamina. I mean, they're literally the same. It's speed card, wit card versus speed card, wit card. Stamina spends slightly less energy, so I wouldn't mind taking it here. It also really bumps Matikane towards friendship faster, which would be nice. Stamina's 2 friends again. Everything else is just 1. We could wit here if we wanted to, but we have a lot of we could recreate if we wanted to. But we have a lot of mood fixing in the deck, and we also have a lot of energy in the deck, so I don't mind spending energy down more aggressively here to just maximize our friendship growth early. We can let the deck play the way that it's supposed to play, basically, and then I can take this speed training. And now we're looking for wit in the next couple turns just to maintain our energy a little bit. None of these trainings have been great, but they've all... Oh, never mind. We can just take slow metabolism. Whatever. It's fine. It'll fix itself. We just stay away from training it for a while. Like, this is free. It doesn't touch slow metabolism. It doesn't touch speed at all. And then after every turn, we have a chance for it to go away. If we see extra training, it could go away. We don't mind building friendship with Rico either. This looks like an okay power training to take. There's our first mood up. Good. There's our second mood up. Good. This is why we didn't want to bother recreating. This is good for friendship growth. I'm fine gambling on a 7%. And then if we wanted to here, we could... I would really like to get the 30 energy from later in this chain, so I'm just going to take speed plus 10. We could Infirmary here. It gives us 20 energy back, and it's a chance to fix slow metabolism, and none of these trainings are good, so we'd be resting anyway. 20 energy back from the Infirmary is good enough that it can keep us training for a while, especially if we see wit. So let's go ahead and fix it, or at least try to fix it, because this isn't guaranteed. We do have it fixed. And what's important to note there is that we didn't lose any speed. We lost -0 speed from carrying slow metabolism for like 3 turns. We found a good opportunity to fix it, and while it would have been nice to get more energy out of that rest, it's basically like slow metabolism never happened now. We could roll on an 8% wit, but again, none of these trainings look amazing, so we'll just take a full rest. The point that I'm making is I think it's always correct to gamble on slow metabolism if you have more than 30 energy spent out of your bar. I think it's really, really good, and you take the risk all the time. We'll just build friendship on stamina. We'll build unity training on stamina. I'm doing it again. You can't stop me. It's really lucky. This is a good wit training, too. Nice run so far. Give me all of that friendship progress. Now, if we get one of, like, Bakushin's early charming events, that's crazy. Also, I can skip top option here and take straightaway adept. I don't know if we'll buy it right now, but this is a team trials runner, which means it is just free points. Every single track in the game has a straightaway. Pace Chaser Corners is not something we're getting. The plan is for this to be a front auction. And then we're going to have Pace Chaser Air Groove. We are going to run these as fronts, though. Good. We might even do a little bit of trophy farming today. We'll see. Doing anything that's not CM prep just feels so much more relaxed. 5 speed, 10 power is good. I don't feel any compulsion to take practice perfect. It's an okay guts. We're getting an energy discount from Rico being there, which I like, and none of the rest of these trainings are all that good. So we could just roll on guts here. It puts Kitas to gold, which is quite nice. So we have rainbow trainings unlocked with her now, and then we also have rainbow wit trainings unlocked already. So we're doing great on friendship progress. Let's switch over to our agenda so we can keep an eye on upcoming races. It's a decent power training stats-wise, and it does work on Arden's friendship, and Rico's here to get an energy discount. I definitely think it's the best training we have available. We have Rainbow Wit with nothing else going on. We have like friendship progress on Guts, but I don't think that's worth it relative to how much energy we're spending on it. So let's just get Matikani to burst, and then also get an energy refund out of it at the same time. That's fine. We get a mood up here. We could burst on Wit. Or we could take Spirit Training progress on Power. I think bursting on Wit is probably okay. It does get us a big chunk of energy back, and we wouldn't mind getting Wit higher. I think if we see a burst on Speed, Power, or Wit, we're fine bursting on it. We don't really need to prioritize one over the other right now, as far as I know. Rainbow Wit versus Rainbow Speed versus single Spirit Training on Power. Again, these are all just super average trainings, so we could race here if we wanted to, and if there's a race we don't have a trophy for, we might take it. We've never won the Kokura Junior Stakes. I think running a G3 that we don't have a trophy for is worth getting like 7 energy back and getting 17 total stats. So let's go and do that, because we can still train safely next turn, even if we lose the roll on energy at the end of this race. This is a fairly low-risk decision that also knocks a trophy out of the cabinet and also gets us some extra skill points that we can spend at the end of the run. We are the #1 favorite, which should not be surprising for a G3 at this point. We've also had pretty good trainings. We should be A-okay here. We also didn't get a late start, which is the #1 killer of frontrunners everywhere. Everything fine so far. And we inherited a mountain of power. So this early in a career, our acceleration should really carry us when we hit late race, even though we don't have any other skills. I mean, other runners might not even get close enough to us to trigger our unique at this rate. Fern is thinking about it, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then off we go. Yeah, mostly off we go. I'm not dropping current as fast as I would like. Holy cow, I'm not dropping current at all. Unique me? Okay. Okay. we do win. I'm not sure if that unique activation was the difference maker, but it is a win. So there's that done. We'll gamble. -20 is fine. Rico is going to give us our mood up, so we'll take that instead. I remember, like, we've gotten 5 mood ups by this point in the year. You can really trust your deck to do these things for you sometimes. 2 Spirit Training Stam, 1 Spirit Training Guts. Tons of friendship progress on Wit is fine here, though. I'm actually just going to take that to be progressing friendship a little bit and also rolling energy into next turn. There's our next mood up. We are still great. We actually probably don't have many mood ups left in the deck. Deceptively bad speed training, very bad stamina training, average power training, bad guts training, non-existent wit training. The rainbow speed is probably fine here. It is 30 stats, which is very good. So even though we're getting relevant friendship progress out of our wit cards on this power, I think I'm going to take the speed anyway. It also does have a small spirit training associated with it, which isn't much, but isn't nothing either. And then we can get 5 energy back from that exchange, and then we can get 30 energy back from this exchange. And now I think we've used up pretty much every mood up in the deck. However, we have Rico online, so we can just recreate with Rico to fix mood from now on. This is an okay stamina training to work on Arden's friendship, but I'd rather just take wit to work on Marvelous Sundays. Even though it comes with the spirit training, it was spirit training for a character that's burst already, so it's not as valuable. It's still valuable for building attributes, but it's not valuable for getting you to spirit bursts, so we're not really forced to take it. Second is fine. Obviously it's better to win, but second is okay. And then we'll see how these last few turns shake out. We're working off of mostly full energy right now. And we're working off almost completely full energy, so we can go heavy on trainings if we want to. Like, that's 2 spirit training progresses. Even though this is a rainbow, I think I would rather work on spirit training and Arden's friendship just to spend our energy down a little bit. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. All of these are just kind of okay. It was probably a good enough Kitasan training, though. Like, the stamina training's fine. I do want to work on Marvelous Sunday's friendship eventually. I also think that our rainbow speed is probably... well, it's only a level 1 speed. Do you trust your stats enough to actually win one of the G1s today? Maybe? I mean, none of these trainings are great, if we're just being realistic with ourselves. They're all really bad. Yeah, I think we can afford to race today. Fifth is pretty bad. We're still going to get skill points out of it, but it's not the greatest option. I also really don't want to hit the minus 30 here, so we'll just take minus 20 to be safe. Speed is nothing. Stamina is mostly nothing. Power's pretty good. Hints from Arden are not great, but this is double friendship progress. And then this is just good spirit training progress. Because we're still early in the run, because we're junior year, I should be prioritizing spirit training here. Friendship will work itself out eventually. We just need them to get to gold before we're at summer break in year 2. Like, the earlier you get your wit cards online, the better, but I don't think it's worth giving up on other elements of your run for it. And in this case, we'd be giving up on spirit training, which is fairly relevant for leveling your team and scaling your attributes faster, so I just don't think that's a great exchange. We have a Dion Long and Eon Dirt. And that's really about it. We could shift Kitasan onto mediums if we wanted to, and then we could move Rice onto longs. 184 versus 170. Technically this swap would be okay. And then Kitasan might give us a slightly better chance of winning over on mediums. 169, 160, 208 versus 213, 170, 148. It's like, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Let's try that out. And then how are we doing on... we have 18 trainings, 1 burst. I think we could maybe handle top team here. We can gamble on it. All we have to do is make this runner better than our current B+ Bakushin, so that's not like a huge hill to overcome. Obviously, the better it is, the better it is. The longer we can go before we have to rebuild it again. But it should not be that hard to clear a B+ rank Bakushin. We would love to take 20 energy here. And then let's try and get some good spirit trainings here and really fix up friendship before we head into summer break year 2. Everything up to level 2. 1 spirit training, 1 spirit training, 1 spirit training, 2 spirit trainings. But this is 1 spirit training and double progress with a speed card on a stat that is relevant. So we like that. We'll take 1 training with vodka. We'll take a hint from vodka. We're not going to be a late surger, so slick surge is not something that we need. I do not feel the need to gamble on energy here. We'll just take 45 skill points. Not great. Not great. Very good. Yeah, we can take this Guts. That works on all of our relevant friendships. It pushes vodka to gold, so that's done. Now we just need to work on Marvelous Sunday and Arden, I believe. I can take Wit here because I can fix stamina later if I need to. This is a beautiful Rainbow Wit training. It puts Arden to gold, and it works on Sunday, and it's a good chunk of stats, and it has a Unity training on it. Still don't need Pace Chaser corners, but that's fine. Don't need Mile corners either, so let's just take max energy and a little bit of power along with it. It's a good Wit training again, honestly. Marvelous Sunday Friendship Progress and Spirit training. Don't mind taking it again. No Breather's not a skill we'll be buying, most likely. 2 Spirit training, 1 Spirit training. 1 spirit training, but better stats-wise, and also friendship with Marvelous Sunday. We have 5 more trainings until summer break, and we need to train with Sunday twice to get her to gold. This makes our next training kind of risky, but we can Rico. We haven't used any Rico charges yet, and we do want to get through her, so let's take this. And then if we see a bad training early April, it's extremely likely that we will just Rico, because it'll refill our energy a little bit. Second is, again, fine. Winning would be better, but second is okay. Let's see what our trainings are looking like after this inspiration. There is also the Oka show today, but if we're coming second in G2s, I don't think we're ready for a G1. Ignited Spirit Power is a very nice hint to pick up. We have a single rainbow on Wit, a single rainbow on Speed, a really nice stamina training, but not for 17%. This is going to be our planned Rico turn. We can go ahead and lock this in. This is going to give us safer trainings for the rest of the first half of the year. There's Curvature done. Although we could get hints for Corner Adept, so we don't need to buy it yet. It's a decent speed. It puts Arden to burst. It's an okay stamina. It's exactly the power training that we were looking for. So we take this, it fixes Marvelous Sunday, it puts Marvelous Sunday to burst, and then we have 2 turns to use it up, ideally on Wit. Actually 3 turns to use it up, ideally on Wit. We'll see if we can get it to line up there. No, these are all pretty bad. There is the NHK Mile Cup today as an option. We could try and run, and then what are you doing early June, late June? Early June, you're probably taking a full rest if you take the NHK Mile Cup, and then late June you could just try and Wit. And then if you don't run the NHK here, you're taking Wit, and then your energy is going to be funky going into summer break. Because if you train early June, you're forced into resting late June, and if you Wit early June, late June is going to be a really messy turn. Yeah, I don't mind taking the NHK Mile Cup. Late June would be messy because we'd be at like 65 or 70 energy. So if we trained, we'd go down to like 50 or 45, and that would be our first summer break turn. That's pretty bad. And if we hit Wit, we'd only be at like 80. So we'd still be at an energy deficit going into summer break. At least this way we can just take a full rest, and then late June we can deal with it. If you also... We can say, like, hasn't won a race. There we go. Okay, so we can win G3s by a neck, but that's about it. So 2 turns until summer break. All of our friendships are online. We just need to fix energy. So we'll take a rest. We would really like to hit 70 here, but 50 is fine. And then we're probably looking to wit late June if we can get away with it. We can get away with it. That's actually a very good wit training. So this positions us fairly well to go into summer break. We're expecting to wit once and probably twice in these 4 turns, just because that's what our deck is built for. We have 3 wit cards. That's where some of our trainings are just going to wind up. We're almost Ds across the board on our Team Trials team, which is pretty good considering where we're at. We've only burst 1 time though, which means our stats are lower than the letter grade would suggest. And that's probably why this is not a very optimistic prediction. So this is going to be middle option. Just because we haven't hit the amount of bursts that we would like to hit at this point. And then from here on out, we're going to need to keep taking top. Our spirit training luck has not been amazing. Like, our stat training has been fine, but our spirit training has been quite bad. This is good, though. Let's start fixing speed. Intimidate's not a bad hint to grab. 1, 1, 1. These are wretched trainings. This is a full rest. It's not even worth taking the wit at that point. It's a fine wit. Everything else is fairly bad. So we'll take wit, and then we'd really like to see one more good speed here on the last turn. If at all possible. That's pretty good. I don't think I need to burst on power right now. I think our speed is a much bigger issue. So let's just take the speed training. Coming out of summer break at only 409 is a pretty good indication that our speed training is lagging behind, so let's try and save some bursts for it and then allocate them there. We should also be taking speed trainings a lot more aggressively than we have been. So, like, with a Kitasan Rainbow there, we'll take it. Stamina Guts, Sprinter Stakes time. I don't think this is going to go super well for us, just because our speed is not very good right now, but who knows. Never mind, it's fine. Sprinter Stakes win number 1. Lock it in. And then for the rest of the year, let's just try and build speed as much as we can. It's okay. Kitasan hints are somewhat relevant. That could be frontrunner straightaways, it could be focus, it could be corner adept. It's a better spirit training, but I really don't want to spend energy on it. It's a better spirit training, but I still don't really want to spend energy on it. This is closer, though. This is a lot of spirit burst progress. We could do this, and then we could take a Rico, because we do need to use up all 5 of those Rico charges. Yeah, I kind of like that. We've only burst twice, so we really need to build more spirit training up to give us access to more spirit bursts if possible. Let's avoid losing energy at this point. Please don't show me an amazing training. That is unfortunately an amazing training, and we would really like to take it. It doesn't get better than a double rainbow with this deck, but I'm not going to risk 40% on that. I'm just going to take energy back. I would really like to wit once or twice here. Single rainbow speed isn't bad. It also puts art into burst. I'm going to gamble on it because I really think we should be having wit training show up, like friendship wit training show up more often than it is. It's close. I was hoping for more cards at it, but it's still pretty good. It's also spirit training on Akebono, which is nice. That's one more runner that we're getting closer to Spirit Burst. We have no rainbows here, which is suggesting this is probably a Rico turn. Just keep progressing that event chain. It also just occurred to me now, and I'm sure there's going to be comments. Rare Rico does not give Rushing Gale. Rare Rico gives straightaway acceleration. So that's not going to be part of the plan that we put together for this run, unfortunately. That's a great wit training. But I don't need it on the turn before senior year. On the other hand, this is a cheapened speed training because Rico's there, so we take that. I still think Rico is fine to run in a sprint deck, but we'll see where the stats wind up. Everybody A, C's across the board except for mediums, so that's alright. Curvature is not that cheap yet. Straightaway Adept is not that cheap yet. We really don't have any cheap skills that we can buy here that are relevant for... Ignited Spirit Power could get cheaper in Senior Year Inheritance. So we're still not buying anything. And then we need to keep taking top option here. Let's see how we're looking. Looking good. Into January we go, so we're getting 30 energy back here. We're training aggressively because we're about to get energy back from the raffle, ideally, so we'll just take a speed training. Even if it's not amazing, we want to spend energy down in case we get a good roll on the raffle. That's a really good roll on the raffle. There's all of our energy back, plus 10 stats to all as well. Up to B rank. Another good speed training. Although it's another good wit training too. I would still rather spend down the energy and get vodka to burst. We can always wit later. I would rather have more speed than more wit. Even if the speed training is better numerically, or even if the wit training is better numerically, I'd rather have the speed. Just because speed is more important. Missing our fan threshold is unfortunate, but it's not something we can't fix. The Takamatsu no Maya maybe gives us enough. It maybe gives us enough. Even if it doesn't, leveling the unique is not the most important thing. This is good spirit training, but what are the races like today? Nakayama Kinen is an 1800 meter, but we should have the stam for that. We're at 311. And this is the kind of thing that would push us closer to 70, so we could at least get some levels of the unique. That's fine. That's also good, so that fixes our mood up really elegantly. I would rather have the skill points than another 5 power here, I think. It's just going to be more skills at the end of the run. Single rainbow speed is the kind of thing we're looking for. Here, we don't actually care about Hesitant Pace Chasers that much because we're not building a CM runner anymore, so I'll just take 10 speed, 10 wit. We still don't have relevant skills. Or we do, but they're not cheap enough for us yet. Good. We're also at 78 now, so we'll at least get unique level 3, I think? Because we're only 1 star right now. Inheritance says... just a lot of stats. Another 90 power is pretty good. There's level 2, then we should be able to get level 3 at the end with all the other races we have to run. That's good spirit training progress, but I really don't want to spend the energy on it right now. But I guess I could. It puts Taiki to burst, and it's possible that we could get bursts out of Nishino Flower and an Ari one still. We would really like to see a rainbow wit or two here, or at least like a takeable wit training. No, these are all wretched. So let's take our 4th Rico charge. The longer this run goes, the worse I think our luck is. This is like really not a great run. I don't think we've had very many good trainings at all. We do not want to burst on Stam. We definitely don't want to burst on Guts, although that's a really nice training. 2 Spirit training progress on Wit. There's a G1 that we could run today, but I'd rather just take the Wit and build some Spirit training and preserve the energy. So let's do that. On OK speed training, I don't need to burst on power. I need to be bursting on speed. So let's stick on speed here. And then we probably should rest early June so that we come into summer break with full energy. I'd need to see a really good training to change my mind. I don't think either of those are good enough. So let's take the full rest. Even 50 here is fine. And then we have race, race, and we get 3 turns of summer break. Good. We like that. Unity Cup round. We haven't used any bursts. we burst on Wit like 1 time. So I really do not like that. This is the one we have to win. I feel like that prediction is lying through its teeth. There is no way my team is that strong right now. Yeah, that's about what I expected. We haven't gotten the bursts to line up on the stats that we actually want them on. That's not surprising at all. This is why you can't believe the single and double circles. You just have to believe, like, the trainings that you've seen in your run. Second first is good. Now let's nail our summer break trainings. This is still a recoverable team trials run. That's a good start. That's also a good start. That's also pretty good. So we can take this, and then we can still mostly train safely on the last turn. Stamina is also looking pretty fine right now. Oh, that's good too. I feel compelled to gamble on risky trainings this run in order to salvage something usable out of it. That's great. That's really good. So we're going to need to rest early October. And we're going to need to hit at least plus 50, if not plus 70. But our stats are looking a lot nicer after that training. I don't think there's any way we're going to cap speed here. But we're at a minimum going to wind up above 1,000. Probably closer to 1,100. So Centaur Stakes done. Jump into Sprinter Stakes. Sprinter Stakes done. It's also one of Bakushin's hidden events, which is going to give us a couple hints. Not really for relevant skills we're going to need to buy, but it's a decent amount of stats too. Good energy recovery, but we need more. I still don't want to burst on power. I still want to burst on wit. I still want to burst on speed. We have 1 Rico charge left. Yeah, we can just take a full rest here. 50's fine. Good training, also good training. But I think I just keep prioritizing speed here until the end of the run. Kyoto hint is probably not something we're going to use. Weird guts training. I'm not going to take it. I actually think this is a really good opportunity to just use up the last Rico charge because all these trainings are very bad and there's no good sprints on early November. So let's finish that event chain. We could technically buy Ignited Spirit Power at this point because we're not going to see more hints for it. I don't think there's any chance we were going to get a hint for Ignited Spirit Power based on the way we've been training, but we can at least lock that in. And then we'll run through these last 2 turns, and then we'll buy a bunch of our other stuff. Good. So energy's doing okay. We're looking at like 1 speed training, 1 whip training, probably. If I could order something specifically. Here's our whip training. I'm still not even looking at the Spirit Burst on power. I need it on wit or I need it on power. Or on speed. Those are the only 2 places I want to see it. And if we decide we have to use it up when we get closer to the end of the run, we will, but our patience is rewarded. Relevant hint. That's great. So at this point, things aren't going to get much cheaper. Let's go ahead and start locking things in. We've got Frontrunner Savvy is pretty good. Frontrunner Corners is good. Intimidate is good. We'll be towards the front early race. Straightaway Acceleration is fine. It doesn't really help you win races, but it does give you points. And then Curvature is also fine. It helps you win races and gives you points. I think that's a decent place to start. I should look at our team really quick. The auto solution is usually fine on the final round. We only have 1 B rank runner. That's really scary. And when we burst 5 times this run, that's really scary. This was not a good run. It's still probably going to be a better team trial sprinter than our current Bakushin, but this run was not great. Good enough to beat Zenith, though. Okay, not expecting that one. They really say that if you lose a Unity Cup round, your run is over. They don't know what they're talking about. Holy. Alright, we got 3 more turns. Let's get it done. Double Rainbow Wit preserves energy really nicely. We should consume this burst before the end of the run. I don't like what it does to my energy, though. If we take this Wit, we can train twice on the next 2 turns. So we're going to do that. And then I would love to just see burst on speed, double rainbow, and then double rainbow, no burst on speed, because I think we only have 6 of them saved up right now. Or, 1 of them saved up right now to go to 6 total. That's 12. Semifinals. Single rainbow speed. Yeah, we still take it. We're crossing our fingers to get that burst to go to where it needs to go on the last turn, though. If it's on power on the last turn, I'll take it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll take it. On guts. Why would you do this to me? It's not a great speed training. It's okay. It's not a great wit training. It's okay. I'll take a speed. Fairly disappointing run. Just not very good luck on rolling on the stats that we needed to roll on. Or getting, like, any spirit training at all. Maybe I should have been checking, like, guts more aggressively. If there's, like, a good guts training that gives us spirit training, maybe we should have been taking it, like, in the middle of the run. I'd have to watch it back to know for sure. But I still think this is gonna be... well... no, this should be A rank. It's going to be low A. We're going to have to compare it to the Bakushin that we have currently to see which one is actually better. We did not break 1100 speed either. Yeah, that's not a great run. So Ignited Spirit speed is fine and generic. We do not... well, we could get Turbo Sprint. Yeah. Just a good gold skill that reliably activates. Straightaway Adept is just a skill that reliably activates. And then, can I get like a second rank of frontrunner corners? No, that's too expensive. What else can I get that's cheap and triggers fairly often? Sympathy never triggers. Lucky 7 is a trap. Tactical Dig is pace. Pace corners is pace. I guess it's left-handed. It's not great, though. Most tracks are not left-handed. But it's better than not spending any skill points at all. It is A. It's actually a fairly good A. 2 power, 2 sprint is also kind of a usable parent. So you're going to be a sprint runner. That's a sprint turf spark. That's 6-star power, 4-star turf, 2-star sprint. That's actually really good. We're probably going to use this for Air Groove. We can't use it for Halo because Halo's in the Legacy. That's not a bad parent. At least we got something out of this. We'll be Finals champion. And then let's go take a look at the team roster. Are you better than this? Oh my god, you are. What were we doing for you? What the heck is this deck? Good god. With 2 recovery skills? No, we didn't know what we were doing back then. 430 is pretty much exactly where we want to be for stamina. 1100 speed could be better. This could be cap. Turf S obviously would have been better. 600 wit is fine for just like skill activation. I actually think this is fine. The biggest sources of improvement would be more gold skills. So we could hypothetically drop vodka and run like Biko instead to get access to Plan X. That would be one thing that we could do. I don't think we have any other gold wit cards that give relevant skills, but that's the first thing that I can think of for improving the deck, and then I think that would come at a net loss of like our actual speed stat. So that's fine. This Air Groove is still better in terms of being our ace because she's covered in gold skills, but it's fine. It's going to bump our team rank up to 167. And then next time we'll rebuild the King Halo with the exact same deck, which will actually make clearing her career goals quite a bit easier. And then we'll figure out what else we want to move on to. But as far as that deck goes, Rico being there is fine. It's kind of hard to tell because the RNG for the rest of the run was quite bad, but having access to Rico's energy recovery and a little bit of energy discount on trainings is just, like, it's a nice convenient thing. I think we found from a lot of our long runs with winning tickets specifically that she is not a true stamina card. She is like half of a stamina card at best, but when you're building a sprint runner, all you need is half of a stamina card, and then you're fine. If we wanted to, we could maybe replace her with just another speed card. That's a lot of presents. We could just replace her with another speed card, but I think it's okay. I think we could high roll that run eventually. 533 is a big score. It's still not going to be good enough for retention, because the retention line is usually like 600k for class 6, but it should be more than enough to let us escape class 5. We are going to be doing a bit of yo-yoing here for the next few weeks or so. Probably until Make a New Track comes out, and then we get to pull on that banner. Did not mean to exit all the way out. There we go. And Poll Plan is currently waiting for Narita Top Road and Admire Vega. I think that's going to be the plan. I know we're getting very close to 30k again, but I don't think the Fine Motion rerun banner is really going to be it, since we whiffed on Matikane's SSR. If we had hit the Matikane SSR, I think there's a case for pulling on Air Groove, because you want either Matikane or Narita Top Road for Track Blazer, I guess is now what it's called, instead of Make a New Track. But since we missed out on Matikane, we kind of need to go all in on Narita Top Road, and then getting Admire Vega's SR out of it as well. Nice nature getting extremely close to a star unlock. We could do that with statues if we wanted to. We're also running a lot of sprinters lately. Like, we're running a lot of sprint runs, but we're also doing a lot of sprinters. So let's pick up some sprint racing shoes. We might want to think about upgrading them in the near future. That's team trials done. Let's go run our daily money races. Grab Taiki to do that. Also, Deep Fried Audio is coming up in a few minutes, and I apologize for when it kicks in. I still have not figured out what exactly is causing it. I thought I had it fixed, and then Windows updated, and then it came back. So I am going to have to go back to doing troubleshooting on that issue, because I don't have a clear sense of how to fix it, even though I already managed to fix it one time. We'll go check on our club. Our club has been checked on. Donations have been set up. Claim all of our dailies. We got our plus 30 trophy carrots. We've got all our dailies done. And then let's go see how we're doing in CM. So we're a lock for B finals. And if we make it into B finals, that means we're good enough to win B finals. So anything could happen. But what it means is for these rounds, we're basically playing with house money. I have no reason to switch Airgroove out of our team after she was the only person who managed to win in all of the sets that I did yesterday. So we are going to leave her in, and we're just going to let her sometimes work her acceleration magic in Light Race. How's this lobby looking? I see a lot of A+. I don't see any S-rank runners. We have a chance. Rating is just a letter, but it does correlate with your ability fairly often. We'll see if that's the case here or not. That's our Bakushin doing what she's supposed to do. We may actually be the only frontrunner in this lobby. We are. That's a huge pace down for everybody else. It also forces our groove to the back, which makes it easier for her to hit her unique. That's very nice. We're actually happy to get paced down there, because now we get to do this, and then we turn it into curvature, into tail held high, and all that velocity is going to carry over into late race, and she's going to take off. Or at least she should. She's not really taking off. I think that L is going to have it. It's really hard to beat a good L in this CM. We've been fortunate that we haven't seen a ton of them, but the unique is just very, very strong. I actually think Airgroove's problem there was she didn't get high enough to get either... I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I couldn't see if she was in 4th or 5th, but if she's in 5th, she's not even going to give Mummy a hug. And if she's not in 2nd, she's not going to get Victoria por Plancha. And then if you just lose the RNG roll on your acceleration skills, you're obviously not going to go anywhere, but she did everything she needed to for mid-race velocity. We just have to wait for that to line up just right. I see A rank runners in the lobby, and then 1 S rank. Again, there's a chance. We're kind of live here. Also, I should be looking at the runners that beat us to learn something. For the L, I already know what it is. You just hit your unique and then you win, because L is really, really good. But we should be more diligent about looking at the runners that are beating us to see if we can learn something. We are again the only frontrunner here, I think. I'm not sure what that Current is doing. That Current is getting pace downed, so she is definitely a pace chaser. Hanging in there. Airgroove has a chance to hit uniques here. It's a lot of late race velocity coming from behind us. Holy cow. We're just barely going to get speed carry over on Bakushin there, and we're going to maintain Mummy a hug and Victoria por Plancha. It's possible. There's a... Oh, that other Bakushin is really fast, though. Man, if it wasn't for... well, yeah, if it wasn't for that other Bakushin just being really good, that would have been a nice win. We hit all the skills exactly when we needed to. So what did you do that was even better? Is this pace plus head-on? No. Wow, it's just a ton of speed carryover. Ignited Spirit Speed, Speed Star, Tail held high, it's on. I think they might have just gotten really lucky with speed carryover into late race. And then Victoria Porplancha took over from there. Very nice. That's a funky pace auction. We got S+ ranks. Okay. We have a Narita Taishin. We have a Maruzensky. We have a Bakushin. I don't think that Taishin or Maruzensky are particularly good here. Actually, yeah, the Maruzensky's up front. So they're going to waste most of their unique. Taishin is going to be... It's going to be difficult for Taishin to reach max velocity. Not impossible, but difficult. But given that we're dealing with S and S+ runners here, it's possible that their stats are just high enough to do it anyway. Especially given that our Bakushin did not apparently get a great start. I don't know if that was full late start. I wasn't looking at it, but she is struggling here. Groove, on the other hand, is fine. She is close enough to hit her unique here. She could speed carry over. She's going to speed carry over. She's into third. She has not hit any acceleration, which is going to be a problem, but she is moving. I actually think that Taishin is going to get to max speed. Yeah, well done. That's a difficult runner to build, but if you can get your acceleration to line up at late race, you do have a ton of velocity at the end of it. What you running? Rushing Gale, No Stopping Me, Encroaching Shadow. And yeah, if you can get all those three to line up, then you're in good shape. How did you do in your career, though? Holy cow. Oh, 16 races? That's not that bad. 11th in the Kikuka Show, 5th in the Derby. Yeah. 12th in the Sprinter Stakes. What? What happened here? Still though, good runner. Bad training turn into blocked on a sprint, I guess is my best guess for what might have happened there. Looking at A's and A+. We have at least one other front runner in here. There's another front Bakushin. Early rushed is fine. I don't really care about that. Spot struggle is fine. Also don't really care about that. Groove and Halo are having some issues back there, but they're gonna help speed each other up here, I think. We're gonna get the rare frontrunner ramp up trigger. We're also gonna get a unique activation here, I think, out of Bakushin being that close to the front. No, she's falling back too fast. All the way down into fourth. That is not going to be great. King Halo's making some moves here on the other hand, though. King Halo's making a lot of moves here on the other hand, though. This could be close. It's really close. She didn't quite get there, but that's really, really close. What did you do? Right-handed Sunny. This is a Team Trials runner? These are not the skills that are and Speed Eater for Mile. I'm not exactly sure what the plan was there, but if you hit your acceleration, you're in good shape. So it is a bit of a gambling CM at the end of the day, fundamentally. If you hit your acceleration well, then you just get to win. Which is part of why the strategy is just to stack as much acceleration as you can onto any runner. And then last run of the set. I mean, I'm actually doing okay on time here. We could do the rest of them. Couple S ranks. A lot of S ranks, actually. Is that Suzuka runaway or not? I didn't check. And obviously she's front. But I guess we'll see if she's runaway. Certainly looking like a runaway. An interesting strategy. Well, no, maybe it's just a normal front. Well, no, maybe it's not just a normal front. Can't really tell right now. Bakushin is way out of position here, which is not great, but this is a decent air groove opportunity. If she can avoid getting blocked, which it looks like she has done, we could get decent acceleration here. No, we're not going to get decent acceleration here. I think Halo's trying to make some moves, but it's not going to be enough. I'm super curious about that Suzuka. It did not really look like she took off the way that I would expect her to. What were you doing? What was your plan here? No runaway. So groundwork, no mid-race velocity except for curvature. And then running unrestrained, which is not good on this track because the final corner is in mid-race. And I guess rushing gale is the really only late race acceleration you have. I can see why she didn't really take off in mid-race like I would have expected her to. So that's participation rewards, but participation rewards are still quite good. It's still 20 carats. So we're going to get 60 carats just for entering these. Nothing bad about that at all. And then for these, I'm just going to fast forward to the start of late race to make them go through a little faster. So late race is where all of the interesting stuff in these races is going to happen anyway. Mid-race velocity tells you part of the story. It doesn't tell you the whole story, though. Got ourselves S-rank Groove pace, S-rank Bakushin pace. There's one other front in the lobby. So as long as our mid-race velocity is pretty good, it should be us and the other Bakushin getting Victoria or Planche. Unless we late start. It's unfortunate. We might still get it. We really need to get to that line soon, though, or Curran is going to steal it. Yeah, Curran's stolen it. And then off she goes. Peasant in front is going to be fine, but not enough to take out everything else in front of us. We missed all of our major acceleration in late race there. Unfortunate late start, but that's the way it goes. We go again. If we do end up lucking into another 1-win or 2-win, I would really like it to be on camera. It's unfortunate that it didn't happen with the ones that we did yesterday, but we'll make sure that we try and catch them here. We have a couple A's, couple A pluses, mostly Bakushins. There's one other front in lobby. So again, if we can avoid late start, we should be able to score Victoria or Planche for ourselves. The Taiki is going to be a little scary if she advances late race. Bakushin's mid-race velocity has fallen off entirely, but Airgrave is moving very quickly. That's Victoria for Planche. Oh, she's trying. She's trying, but that other Bakushin is pretty quick. Also, that Curran is pretty quick. A valiant attempt. Our Bakushin probably just missing a lot of mid-race velocity there, if I had to guess. Maybe not hitting curvature, or hitting curvature too early and then getting overtaken by somebody else. Or just other runners hitting better mid-race velocity as soon as pace down ends. We have S ranks in the lobby. We have one other front in the lobby, another Bakushin. So again, if we can maintain mid-race velocity, we might be okay. First is... wow, that's a fast-moving Taiki shuttle. I think she... well, no, it's a Curran. We're getting our debuffs off. We're into second, but that Curran is going to be a lot faster than us. That Bakushin is also a lot faster than us. We're in there. We're hitting podiums. We're hitting podiums. We're just not hitting wins. And wins are the things that we need specifically. Well, not win. Wins are the things that we would like specifically. I said it in the last video, and I think I said it on stream as well, but B Finals is a success given the status of this account. I think B Finals is an overperformance for us. We have a lot of A pluses. We don't have any S ranks. We have 3 front, so the front runners are going to be a little crowded. But maybe they'll hit late start? What happened to my Bakushin? But what is happening to my air group right now? Hold on. Nothing is happening to my air group. She missed her acceleration in late race. I would love to know what happened to our mid-race velocity with that Bakushin. She just evaporated, but we didn't hit a late start. I wonder if she ran out of... she came in 9th. Is it possible that you ran out of stamina? At 247, you know, it is possible. If you rushed and you spot struggled, and there was a random stamina debuff in that lobby, it's possible that we could have run out of stamina there. 247 is a little low. I still don't think it means we should, like, get more stamina. But it does mean that every once in a blue moon we are just going to fall apart late race, I guess. Couple S ranks, a few A pluses. No, but 3 front runners. Okay, 2 other front runners besides us. First and third is decent. We're still gonna get Victoria Porpancha here, and we got Give Mummy a hug. That's good acceleration. If you can defend that, if you can defend this lead from a Fuji Koseki that's moving extremely quickly... wait, hold on, Halo's in there? Our King Halo is super in there right now. Holy cow, she's done it. Yes, man, I told you it's possible. There, so now it's been done on camera. Group B Finals qualification on camera. Show me the Twinkle Monthly Extra. That's what I'm talking about. Get bodied by 3 runners in their default outfit. Yes, man, okay. So we get 30 carats out of that, and then we got 1 more lobby. Sometimes you just hit all of your acceleration skills and then you win. I may... well, I may buy the carrot one. If we get 1 win, we break even, but we also get statues out of it, and we get some money and support points out of it. like a decent amount. It's like 5k and 5k. We might spend the 30 carats. I think it's a pretty good trade most of the time. We see a lot of A pluses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 front runners in the lobby. Very front heavy lobby. Possible King Halo opportunities here to be faster than everybody else on the track in late race though. Air Groove in second. We could hit acceleration here. Nimble Nav went off. Victoria Perpancho went off. She's moving. She's really moving. Oh, it's really close. Oh, actually, that's a fast King Halo, too. Yeah, that's a faster King Halo. So there was a King Halo opportunity. It just wasn't our King Halo opportunity. What did you do? On your left, no stopping me, Rushing Gale. Yeah, if you hit those 3, off you go. Good run. I want to see Groove make it, though. The King Halo in is sick. Don't get me wrong. I think that means everybody on the team has won at least one race now. We'll look at the stats at the end of this match. Or at the end of next match, because then we'll have the full picture. But I am pleased with team performance here so far. We have triple S rank. We have no other fronts in the lobby but us. This is good. This is what we built our team to do. Is be the front runner. Oh, late race is nasty. I actually want to see if somebody gets lucky pace here. I can't tell. I still can't tell. Who's gonna get paced down here? Oh, everybody gets paced down. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's so sad. I don't think we're gonna win this race because Bakushin's way out of position for what we wanted her to do, but what a weird mid-race that is. That's a very odd mid-race to be running through. That one's scuffed from the start. 6, 7, 8 is not that surprising. We go again. We have another Taishin lobby. We have 1, 2, 3 front runners total. End closer Taishin is only A+. That is a decent amount of acceleration. Encroaching Shadow, Nimble Nav, Highlander. And Highlander does trigger at a useful point on this track. I don't think we ever had the opportunity to buy it, but it is a good skill here. Late start on 2 runners, that's not ideal. This is probably over before it starts. We'll see if Air Groove can make something happen here. That's gonna... Oh, I think it was just a little too late to be velocity carryover. She's making moves, but she has a lot of lane changes to get through. Yeah, this one's rinsed. Late starts are brutal, man. Because it's not just that we late start, it's that it screws up the positioning of everything else we'd like to do. If our Bakushin is not in the front, that means one other person gets Victoria por plancha triggers and give Mummy a hug triggers. Which we don't want to happen. We've got no other fronts in the lobby. Good start. This is what we're looking for. No late starts, please. No late starts. There's a chance. Our Bakushin is way out in front. But this is going to be heavy denial. Our Groove is in position to get a... Now she didn't get a Yumi. But she is nailing acceleration. I think everybody behind us is moving too quickly to defend this lead. It's a very quick moving Bakushin behind. Well... yeah, it's good enough for second. Not quite good enough for first, but good enough for second. You are countermeasure tactical tweak, which may have actually triggered. Only turbo sprint and give Momi a hug for late race acceleration, though. Not the best Bakushin build that I've seen, but good enough to win. We have a lot of S ranks. Again, no fronts. No fronts strongly favors us. This is where it would be really nice if we had a double front team, but we could just never really put it together with the sparks that we had. Late start on Halo doesn't matter. Our Bakushin in the front, although we're going to lose our lead here right at the end. We're still going to get Victoria por Plancha. We also could give Mummy a hug. Who is... wow, it's a Curran moving extremely quickly. That was so much acceleration at the start of that. I don't even want to look at the air groove. I want to see what that Curran lined up. Plan X, Rushing Gale, Sprinting Gear, Head On, probably. Yeah, that sounds about right. And give Mummy a hug. Wasn't enough to actually win, but they nailed their acceleration in late race. Like another 20 carrots. And then I will spend carrots on this, because worst case, we go down 10 carrots to get a limited currency in statues, and then like 6,000 money and 6,000 support credits, and then if we win even a single match, we break even. And if we win 2 matches, we're net positive on carrots. So I think if you're in round 2A, I think the rewards are worse in round 2B, but if you're in round 2A, I think it's always worth it to spend the carrots on the extra entry, especially if you need to win in to your finals round, because it's just an extra chance to do it. Pace, late. We have a second front, but they're in a bad mood. We're also in a bad mood. This is maybe an air groove angle. This lobby doesn't look super strong. And we're in a great mood. Our Bakushin first, our air groove making major moves here. We're gonna get velocity carryover here, I think. No, she's passing away. That's a really fast other Bakushin there. I don't think we quite hit the velocity carryover that we wanted to out of air groove. Also, it's a super late Rushing Gale activation. Yeah, missed our acceleration. That would have been a good opportunity, but we couldn't get the acceleration to line up. This is just incredible mid-race velocity. It's on Speedstar, and then into Victoria por Plancha, into No Stopping Me, probably. Good enough to win, for sure. That would be a fun little litmus test for people who like to appraise CM runners, which is something that I've been looking at a little bit in the official Discord. Take a picture of a runner that won a CM round, and then go, do you guys think this is good enough to win? And see what people say. Could be a fun exercise. That's a late start on Bakushin, by the way. She's dead. She's gone. This is a King Halo angle. Halo's in third right now. She hit Give Mommy a Hug. She's in first right now, and she's going to be moving much quicker than everything else around her because she's a late surger. She just needs to hold out against this Taiki. I think she's got it. She does got it. Alright, so we're break even on carrots, and we're still fairly early in this run. We have 3 more opportunities to win 2 more times to go to A finals, where we will almost certainly get our butts kicked. But it would be fun to say that we made it to A finals. I think that's very aspirational, asking to win 2 out of our final 3, but you never know. It's never over till it's over. We have 2 other frontrunners, so 3 total. One of us is going to be going home unhappy. No late starts is good. It's me. I'm going home unhappy. Our Bakushin does not have the speed. Well, holy crap, maybe she does. How are you this fast in late race? You're a front runner. You're not supposed to have that much velocity. She's not gonna win it, but man, that's a weird race. Everybody else must have missed their late race acceleration. Weird run. A few S ranks. No other fronts. Possible Bakushin Havoc opportunity. Anybody running groundwork or something is going to be severely punished here. Late start on air groove isn't great. Bakushin doing what she's supposed to be doing out front. That is an extremely quickly moving current. It's uniques, but they're gonna be too late. Yeah, that current nailed acceleration. Either that or they nailed velocity going into late race. Well done. Well done, well done. The A-rank dream is dead, but the A-rank dream was dead before it started. It would have been exceptionally lucky to make it into A with the resources we have available. I am very pleased with B. Let's see if we can at least scrape together some bonus carrots for our last round, though. I see a lot of S ranks. Pace, pace, everything pace. Ah, so many pace chasers. I think this entire lobby is pace except for our King Halo and our air groove. It is. It's a full pace lobby. I kind of want to watch this one just to see how this turns out. No late starts is great. Bakushin, I want you to get up there and pace down everybody. Don't even worry about going that fast. I want you to just ruin everybody else's day behind you when they try to activate velocity skills. This Bakushin in second place, Punisher. Yep, good. This benefits our air groove. This is pace down ending, so now their velocity actually matters. That's a good time for air groove to hit curvature. It's a little early to hit curvature. It's okay, unique timing. That's going to be velocity carryover into late race. We got Victoria and give Mummy a hug. Nah, it's not going to matter. That current should is flying. It is a quick moving current. Air groove did not do nearly as well in these rounds as she did in the previous rounds. We must have gotten very lucky yesterday. But that's going to do it for CM rounds. So there is a matchmaking period tomorrow, and then I think we get to do the finals after that. So we'll see how B finals go. But for now, that's going to wrap it up. This is how we're looking on win rate. Our Ace Bakushin at 7.1. Our new air groove at 5. Our Taiki managed to win 1 race as well. Wait, how are you at 5%? Because you won 2. Oh, you participated in fewer races. Duh. So our Taiki won 5%, Air Groove won 5%, Bakushin at 7.1, Halo at 4.3 on the board, and then this Air Groove not quite good enough. unfortunately, we can take your marker away. And then these 4 we will memorialize at the end of the finals. But that's going to do it for now. I will see you guys in the next one, where we continue to revise our Sprint Team Trials runners, and then after that, we're going to start doing the Great Medium Shuffle, so that we can get Agnes Tachyon with Dominator and Grass Wonder with Dominator over into Mediums, where they belong. And then as we go on, we will also continue working towards our 30k carrot goal, so that we can pull on support cards again and continue improving our deck even further. If you're looking forward to that, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me figure out whether people are still enjoying Uma content. And if you have any questions about upcoming events in the game, or overall strategy, or anything like that, drop me a note in the comments and let me know what's on your mind. Until then, I've been Chef, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, have a good one.